Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel for my episode 10 video for Titans. Last episode we had Donna and Tim Drake come back from the dead, with Rachel also making her way back to Gotham after Donna's resurrection, and then the final kind of goodbye for Hank. I was hoping to get a little more Rachel this episode, but the focus really shifts back to the events of episode 8 with the poison waters of Gotham along with Scarecrow and Jason Todd. Barbara is obviously trying to work out a way to help the city with the tainted water issue. It seems that the chemical was some type of a hallucinogen that at this point has impacted a large portion of the city. We see that in detail moments later when one of the officers comes in telling Barbara about the GCPD and how overwhelmed they are in the streets. Barbara decides to call him back up, and then the mayor decides to have the National Guard come in to stay off the city. So then Barbara takes the step to have the water shut off so it can be flushed of this hallucinogen. Scarecrow and Jason are officially back together after Scarecrow set up the scene in episode 8 to look like he lured the Titans into a trap when he really did want to be back on the team. Jason's pretty upset about this, but Crane has a pitch for him that he just can't refuse. Plans to spin all of this. He puts out a doctored video explaining that Gotham has been abandoned by Batman and Nightwing was left in charge, but it was Nightwing that tainted the water, yada yada, basically framing Dick, offering a reward, and instantly turning the city against him with the goal to make Red Hood the new main hero of Gotham. Starfire sees all this play out on the news and assembles the team to help patrol the streets of Gotham. One little snippet in here they added that I think will lead to something later is Gar was reading Bruce's journals, and the page he happened to be reading about was connected to the Lazarus Pit and Ra's al Ghul. In my opinion, Ra's has been a little overdone. He was in the Christian Bale movies, he was on Arrow pretty extensively, and then he was also a big part of the Gotham series later on. Since we can take away that Bruce has already faced Ra's, I'm thinking maybe we'll get something more with Talia, since Jason has a connection with her in the comics. Talia has been done frequently too, but I think with Jason being in the series and he wasn't in the others, there's a new area to kind of explore her character. So, Starfire, Blackfire, Gar, Connor are all trying to keep the peace of the streets of Gotham, but the people know that they're connected to Nightwing. They're all part of the Titans, and in turn no longer trust any of them. I think we had a good look at the direction we will see Blackfire going in the near future, because she didn't want to back down from this fight. Barbara is very concerned about Gotham and confided in the officer from earlier. I didn't catch a name for him either in the show or in the credits, so I'm not sure what to call him. Maybe just bad cop, I don't know. She confides in him and assures everyone that it'll all be fine if they can just stick together. With everyone after Dick because of this reward, he's been laying low. However, he and Barbara think that he should turn himself in to make a good show of it. This will help the people of Gotham put their trust in the GCPD. All of the Titans agree to this as well, even Blackfire. However, they build it up too much to be like just for optics. We'll go in, we'll go out, that sort of thing. We just knew that it wasn't going to work out that way. Of course, Jason has his hands in on this when he, as the Red Hood, pays off the cop that's been talking to Barbara. We have seen him a few times this episode. So when we get to the scene where it's all coming together, the officers on his side become aggressive towards the Titans, and in the process and confusion, Blackfire gets shot. This has Connor going borderline off the rails, and then Starfire rushing in to save Blackfire. Starfire and Blackfire flee first so that she can attend to Blackfire's wounds. Gar ends up turning into a tiger, finally, but is almost immediately shot with a dart. He does manage an escape with the help of Connor, but he didn't end up being very useful. Only Connor and Dick are left at this point, and the bad cop has his sights set on Dick and is about to shoot him when Barbara turns and shoots the cop to protect Dick. Of course, Barbara later pays for this by being arrested herself, but it gives them the space for Dick and Connor to escape. Now the Titans are scattered. Blackfire and Starfire end up at a church with Starfire trying to heal Blackfire. However, Blackfire grabs on and drains Corey of her powers. I think this is only a temporary drain since she can be renewed by the sun, but this leaves Corey wondering what Blackfire's motives are. Corey is ready to leave her to find the others, but Blackfire's ready to ditch all of them. Like, she wants her and Corey to go back to Tamarin and just leave this all behind. She reminds her that she's a queen. Corey is not going to leave them though, and she leaves to go look for the others. While I like Blackfire and I like this version of her, Blackfire is very much a villain. Whether we see it or not right now, she will be turning on Starfire eventually, and we are definitely starting to see that play out. Gar ends up sleeping off his dart and is found by Rachel, and this is her only scene, which was a little disappointing to me. I was definitely hoping for more, since she hasn't hardly been in this season at all. He kind of brings her up to speed on what's been happening, and she wants to find the others, so I don't think that the team is going to be spread out for too long. I imagine most of them will come back together in the next episode. Connor wants to head back to the manor, but Dick knows that Scarecrow and GCPD know about Wayne Manor, so they need to be avoiding that for now. Gotham is on its own until they can really regroup. We do see Scarecrow show at Wayne Manor, and then Jason working out some frustrations on Bruce's family portrait. So they have Wayne Manor, which is a little frightening because there's a lot of Batman tech there and a lot of scary things that can be used against the Titans and Gotham in general. We also had some Donna Troy stuff this episode. She's making her way back to Gotham after saving Bruce. Bruce is not with her, not sure where he is or where he ended up, but she's making her way to Gotham even after learning it's been closed off. She's followed by Lydia, the head of the Amazons. She wants to make sure that the Donna came back is able to be trusted and functioning. She's concerned about her reflexes and challenges her to a test. Donna passes the test, but points out that Lydia just never liked her, that Lydia always thought she was less than because she was part human. Lydia, though, corrects her and tells her that instead she's the bridge that connects them to man, and that she's meant to be more of a leader and she needs to kind of take on that role. So I think maybe we'll see Donna trying to do that in the upcoming episodes as well. But that's all I have for you for this episode. I enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The season's wrapping up pretty soon. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe to my channel.